You're watching Pyro Media Network.
Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
I require more, better than we ever had before. Gon' be hard, so I couldn't blame. Basic but I'm sure what do you want greater? I am no wave, be surfing. I show you how to get this paid, will I be stacking?
Hey y'all, welcome back to Bey Windows. Man, when I tell y'all it has been a week, it has been a week. And I think this topic tonight is definitely in alignment with the way this week has been going, which is all about me recognizing my own value and standing on that business. And so we are going to be talking a lot tonight just about Jazmine Sullivan's song Girl Like Me from that album Hotels, y'all. It has been a challenge just getting back to myself. We talk about that journey to self, especially after being and we lose ourselves. Some of us never even know ourselves when we get in these relationships. And then we end up having to make some crazy decisions, y'all. And Girl Like Me was the chin check that I needed because it helped me to really see how I was being what everybody else wanted me to be, not who I actually was. And so tonight, we brought K.O. back on. He's going to talk with us a little bit about valuing ourselves. And this conversation is going to be great. K.O., come on now. Kevin Lewis, come on, join us. We're going to have this conversation.
I'm back.
Hey, he came back.
How you doing?
He likes us.
I do.
Oh, man. Welcome back, Kevin.
All right. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, you know what we're talking about tonight, right?
Yes. I know what we're talking about tonight.
All right. So you know that Jazmine Sullivan song, Girl Like Me. And I think because we only think about it in terms of women, that song can actually apply to men. And I think that's what is a beautiful thing even about the way that she writes. This is human experience.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And so when we look at that song, and she's talking about how I done joined Tinder, I done joined Plenty of Fish, I done got on Black Love, I done joined all of these different sites just so I can try to find somebody who loves me and values me because I am worthy. But I keep giving myself to people that don't see my worth and don't see my value, and it's chipping away at me, right?
Right.
And a lot of times we end up doing some very compromising things in the next relationship, or in two relationships after the one that we feel broke us, right?
Right.
And we got to address those things. So then it becomes this journey back to self, right? And so I have some questions for us. We're gonna talk about it, but
Yes,
I want you to,
do.
before we dive into these questions, Kevin,
Okay.
I want you to give a little bit of insight on your end. Like what are the things that you struggle with the most in accepting yourself? What do you struggle with the most?
In terms of relationships, what
Just
do I
accepting yourself,
just
right?
accept myself? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, believe it or not, I struggle with confidence issues in completing tasks that I know. Like it's weird because I have like this what do they call it? When you try to overachieve. So I have this extreme fear of just not feeling like I've accomplished something. It's something that I struggle with, even though I'm accomplished and I do a lot of great things. I just never feel like it's enough. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. So like,
never
how does
felt
that
like
show
I'm
up in relationship? If that is something that you struggle with, how does that carry over into your relationships?
Man, well, I'm on a journey of self right now, so I used to overcompensate in my relationships. I would compromise things that my own, and I wouldn't even say integrity. I would just my own value, if that makes sense. I would do things that, to me, I was always in this overcompensatory space where I'm like doing more than I probably should have to make sure this person is happy, making sure that their feelings are okay, or if they are okay, and I'm not okay. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, it's more like, you heard the phrase "happy wife, happy life."
Yeah.
That happens. So for me as a man, and I think I could speak for most men, not all, we are always in a position of martyrdom in terms of the relationship. So I struggle with confidence in that area, which leads me to be in a position of a more stoic person, not willing to show my emotions, thinking that I'm gonna be hurt by being rejected. I really hate rejection too. Most men hate rejection. I think, for me, I used to hate rejection a lot. I would say when I was younger, but as I get older, it turned into more like, okay, let me make sure I'm not doing anything wrong in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being human.
Yeah.
If it's making sense.
And I like that you said that it's that human piece. It's that human piece, just not even being able to show up as your full self. And
Right.
like, I know for me, one of the things that I struggle with is being as spiritually driven as I am, because I am a very intuitive individual, and me and my spirit we tight. And so a lot of times I'm in relationships and I decide to turn that off, because then I would have to make a different choice.
Right.
And that person may not like the choices that I have to make, right? And I want them. So sometimes I turn that off. And the other thing for me is that I'm a very quirky individual. And I use that word because I like that word.
Quirky.
I'm gonna have colorful hair. I'm gonna wear bright and colorful things walking down the street. Yes, I will go to the park and slide on a Wednesday because I want to.
Right.
And I'm gonna sit in the mountains and be quiet for a day because that sounds fun for me.
Exactly.
And so, like, being that person in the context of our American world is really difficult, especially when I am wanting to be with individuals who are culturally, we identify, but as far as our interests and our ways of being, it's hard to find someone like me. And so oftentimes I don't do the things that I would naturally do or desire to do because I don't want to appear as though I'm a weirdo.
Right. You haven't found life's counterpart, as like I
Mhm.
like to say. Life's true counterpart. Somebody that y'all can bounce off of each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a competition. It's like a delicate, beautiful dance between two people who understand. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Two people who understand each other.
Right. And so, like you said, it puts me in compromising situations within relationships because then I have to martyr myself all the time for them. And in some twisted way, I'm thinking it's for me, right? But I'm the one who's
Exactly.
continuously losing. But I'm choosing it. I'm
Right.
choosing that.
Right.
And even like when we think about the lyrics in this song, there's a part in there where she talks about, uh, I'm a find it. I gotta scroll, y'all. I gotta scroll. I gotta scroll. I gotta scroll. She says, "You must have wanted something different. Still don't know what I was missing. Would have asked if you would have just told me. I would have become that person for you, right?" And
Yeah,
so,
and it's so not fair for her to have to say that.
no, no, we're willing to shapeshift for people in ways that we should not have to. We should not have to. And we wouldn't shapeshift if we valued ourselves and we understood how to connect with people in the authenticity of who we are. Right. And so I want to let's go on to question number 2. That was good. I like that. That was a nice little warm up.
I liked it too.
So when did you start feeling like you truly knew who you were as a person? When did you start feeling like that?
I had a very pivotal moment in my life. It was such a huge um, moment too. It was like I was in a really bad car accident. Um, Somebody hit me going over 100 miles an hour head on in my truck and put me in a wheelchair. And that moment when my life flashed in front of me, you know what I'm saying, and everything changed in an instant. It's kind of like what started me on a journey of loving myself more than I love anybody else, because I recognize that you only have right now. You don't have tomorrow. You don't have, most of us don't have the next 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really start going
Mm,
on a journey of, and then a lot of things happened at that time where people that I thought would show up for me didn't, romantically or family wise. They just didn't show up for me. And that I experienced a really dark moment where I was in a hotel room, and I'm in the wheelchair, of course, in the hotel room by myself, and I wouldn't turn the TV on. I wouldn't open the blinds. It was just completely dark. And I remember crying for the whole time I was there and just asking uh, God or source or whoever I could reach out to, what was my purpose? And then from there, I got the answers. I had to take a journey deep inside of myself to get it, though. I had to close out everything that I thought was something that I liked, or something that I thought was real, or something that I had attached to my life as something that was commonplace. And I had to say, I'm not taking none of that. I'm just going to focus on me. So 2 years ago, I'd say about 2 years ago, that was May 8th, 2023. So that was two and some change.
mm. That's interesting.
Mind you, I'm in my 40s. So this is a life thing we're
Powerful.
talking about.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many people that feel like I have to have it figured out, and I'm 23. You know,
Yeah.
and I know I was definitely that person. Um, I know for me, I feel like I had a great sense of who I was very early on. Like as a child, I remember I was better at setting boundaries as a teenager than
Yeah.
I am than I was as an adult.
Right.
I had a very strong sense of self. Um, and I think going through relationships, it made me start questioning more of who I was. But it's just like that moment when you are in a position where you are sucking the wrong dick, or when you are cleaning up someone else's floor, or when you are looking after someone else's child, or when you are on the phone and you are expressing how you feel about someone and they say, oh, that's cool. It's like in those moments when you realize we not in this together. You know, like we are.
Hey, listen, and what's crazy is more times than not, I'm gonna keep it real with you, because we live in a world where, and this is controversial, but I'm here to tell the male perspective, so I'm gonna tell it, right? Men live in a space where we're never satisfied by our relationships. We just tolerate them. By and large, men tolerate their relationships. I think if you ask a large number of men, they'll tell you, I figure it's cheaper to keep her. They even had a song that was like, it's cheaper to keep her. You remember that? There's a song called It's Cheaper to Keep Her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which speaking to your point though, giving more in a relationship than you get is something that I don't think that men get to express. You know.
Well, so like, and I feel you. But the reality for me is that I feel like you find pieces of yourself along the way. And that's what I was getting to. Because what I've learned is life is really just about you journeying back to you. Because if we believe that we truly,
I agree with that,
world complete and perfect, and then life happens, there are instances where you get to take a piece of you back, and it's by choice. Because you're going to be faced with that decision. Do I continue with the charade of whatever this is, or do I choose myself?
And how do you even see through it?
Right?
How do you see through it?
Yeah.
How do you even know that it is a charade? How do you know if it's them?
It's that moment. I'm telling you.
Not you. You know what I'm saying?
It's when you picking the lint out your mouth because she got a linty pussy and you licking it and you like, why am I doing this?
Why would there be lint and there's not supposed to be hair? That's just me. That's me.
You know,
that's me.
You know, just it happens. Don't worry about it. And so like, too many logistics. So there's these moments that happen and you hit this wall, and it's just an instance where you have to ask yourself, like, what am I doing? Why am I here? And who the fuck am I? And you have the choice. It's in that moment where you have a choice. And sometimes we take that choice because we're ready to make it. We have the courage to do so. And there's other moments where we have to go back through the cycle again. And we decide that we're going to abandon ourselves. I know I've been there.
Hey,
you abandon yourself again.
Yeah, like, okay, so my question is, like, for me, it's like I invested so much of my time, if that makes sense. So then when I do start pulling pieces of myself away, it's huge, right? It becomes big pieces, not small pieces, because now I'm trying to reclaim my time.
Yeah.
I lost time. You know, it's time. It's time.
Yeah.
Time.
So that's good. That's good. So that leads to the next question. You ready? Okay. How do you deal with the societal pressure to look or act a certain way? Because there's some expectations out there, especially when you're talking about being in context of relationship, and people are having you move left and right on their behalf, whether they're directing you to move left and right or they're just allowing you to because they're benefiting. Either way, because women, we are real good at filling in holes that we see that we were never asked to fill in. We're good at that. And so, like, how do you deal with the societal pressures? Because there's a certain way you're supposed to show up. And then you start.
I know we can speak. I know we can speak freely on your show. We definitely can speak freely on Dirty Laundry because that's what we do. We air it out. But woo! Oh, this might be a long answer, so we might want to wait for commercial break.
Are you only
Ooh, to
All right.
show up a certain way as a man.
Okay, wait. Think about it. We're gonna go to commercial. We're gonna come back. All right.
Hey y'all, it's Nicole D. Vick from Nicole D. Vick Live, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Hey, it's Pastor Kim from It's Just Kim Live Show, and you're watching Pyro Media Network.
Okay. So look, we went to the commercial.
Weird.
So you got to think about it.
Come on with it. Come on
right?
with it.
But I want you to give me. Don't give me the long version, because we
okay.
People out there they're listening.
I'm just gonna say because it's so much.
They need some practical steps. If you can give them 3 ways, just 3.
3. How do I deal with the societal
pressures
of showing up a certain way?
Yeah.
Whew. How do I deal with it? For me, now in the space that I am, is I have to stay true to my own standards. No matter what we do in the relationship, I have to stay true to who I am as a person. I have to love me more so I can hate you less. So I show up as myself. That's one of the things that I do. I show up as my true, authentic self. So there's no misunderstandings about who I am. 2, I communicate. I communicate a lot with the person that I'm in a relationship with, or feel like I want to be in a relationship with. Actually, you're supposed to communicate more in the beginning to me than any other time than you communicate with the person, because I need to know what your boundaries are, your limitations, your expectations, if you have expectations. So that's a whole nother question. And then I just recognize that some things just not for me. You know what I'm saying? And that prevents me from getting in positions where I feel obligated to show up as something. I just say that's not me right out the gate. Like I'm not gonna do that. But who I am at the core of who I am, I'm gonna stay true to that. So those are my 3 ways that I approach the societal pressures, because society says you have to be, especially me as a man. Society says I got to show up a certain way. I got to be tall. I got to have a 24-inch dick. I got to be educated. I got to drive a certain car. I got to, there's a whole schematic of how I'm supposed to show up society-wise. So the pressure is heightened for me especially as a Black man. Now,
That's good. So for me, the way I deal with it is, I rely on the people that know me and love me the most to give me the fuel that I need to continue to move forward. And so if there's ever a space where I feel like I am losing myself, I have people to call who says, Manal, this is you, or this ain't you, and so having people that understand you or understand me and I can reflect off of is key.
Right.
Key. Because when I can't see me, they see me. The other thing that is really important is I have a really good finger. And what I mean is church culture. When we ready to lead a sanctuary, we hold that finger up.
I'm glad you clarified that. I was like,
I got you.
got a really good finger.
I got a good finger. This thing is really good. It is
Like
spiritual.
Bowfinger, like
Sometimes 3.
like
Point
Freddie got fingered.
So like that tip out spirit, that walk out spirit is really strong. Okay, I have formed it and shaped it over time, and it's good. So I have a good sense of when it's time to go. And there's no apologies for it, and that means people, relationship, businesses, whatever the case may be. I know when it's time to go. This other thing that's really important to me in dealing with societal pressures is I always have to ask myself, did I mean what I said? Am I doing what it is that I am intending to do? And am I getting the result that is moving things in a positive direction or in a negative direction? And when I sit and I ask myself those questions and assess anything that's outside of everybody else, I know how to shut out the world. And if I can sit with me and answer those questions, and not just answer those questions, but get the confirmation that what I'm doing is what is right and what is beneficial and what is sitting well with my spirit,
Right.
Then I'm okay with making whatever decision I need to make. Yeah. So those are things. Give me one lesson that you've learned. One lesson you've learned the hard way about valuing yourself. 30 seconds, go.
What lesson have I learned? Hard lesson?
What hard lesson? What hard lesson have you learned
I've learned that
about valuing yourself?
about valuing myself.
Mm-hmm.
The hard lesson that I've had to learn, and it might sound like something that, and I know somebody said this before, and it sounds cliche, but your happiness is not anybody else's responsibility.
That's good.
It's not. And when you give people the power over your happiness
Mm-hmm.
and how you feel about yourself, that's not a relationship. That's enslavement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so the hard lesson that I had to learn and I had to teach myself was to not put it's all about feeling safe, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah.
That's good.
Not to put so much on a person. Only give people what they're able to accept. Because when you have expectations of people, you get let down. So don't get yourself hard.
That's a whole other conversation, Kevin. We're gonna have to
Yes, it is.
dive in a little bit more.
That's why you need to have me back on this Joan.
forever. So the hard lesson that I've had to learn is more it's in the song Girl Like Me. It's hers verse when she said, did I need to look like a stripper in order to get the love and affection and the attention and the commitment, right? That I am desiring. And it is that reality that we all have to sit in, that we all are on this journey to finding the love of self first, and then being able to connect with others. It doesn't matter what's in your bank account. It doesn't matter what you look like. Like, there are ugly, broke people that got 5 bitches, you know? So like, none of that matters really. And you can trick yourself in your own pain and in your own dysfunction and feel like you have to be someone else in order to have a healthy love experience. But in actuality, that hard lesson that I had to learn was I had to love myself first. That's the hard lesson.
I gotta love me more and hate you less.
I gotta love me more. And so the last question, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Okay, you gotta spitfire. You ready?
You want me to come with spitfire round? Let's go.
Spitfire. What advice would you give to the younger version of yourself when it comes to self-love?
Oh, I got this one already loaded up.
Okay, go.
Understand that you are enough, and things that are valuable are always hard to find and have less access to them. So don't be so willing to give the best part to you to people who haven't earned it nor deserved it.
That's good. You did have that one in the can.
All right. I'm shooting.
So
like, man, come on, like, you know,
the advice that I would give to my younger self, I would say, girl, do everything that you want to do. Do everything that you want to do. Wear the outfit, sing the song, dance wherever you want to dance, and don't allow anybody to put any type of boundaries and barriers on your spirit, because ultimately they are not free. And so that's what I would tell my younger self. Thank you, K.O., for joining me again with this conversation. I appreciate you. It's important for us to talk about how we can value ourselves better, but also really unpack these situations we get into with these relationships that make us doubt and question ourselves. So thank you for joining the conversation.
No problem.
All right. See you.
Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddesses.
Do I require more, better than we ever had before? Gon' be home, so I couldn't blame. Basic bottom troll, what do you want greater? I am no wave, be surfing. I show you how to get this pay, will I be stacking?
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.